Episode 60 of Multiplaying is brought to you by Camel Cigarettes.
Everybody online, looking good.
A companion podcast to the collaborative blog and gaming community that's playing as life allows. This is Multiplaying.
Well, let's start the insanity.
We have clearance, Clarence. Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Hello?
Great heavens! What kind of radio show is this?
And welcome back to Multiplaying, everybody. Tonight on the show we have Rare.
Hello.
We have John.
He's playing Rift. I don't think he's here.
We have John.
Hey, dumbass.
I don't know if he's here.
All right. We have Jason.
Seems about right. Hey.
We have... Okay, I'll just start over. We have Rare.
Hi.
We have John.
Hey.
Oh, hi. There you are.
Just look.
Now I got to start over the third time, jackass. Anyways, welcome back to Multiplaying, everybody. We have tonight on the show Rare.
Hello.
John. Hey, baby. Jason.
Hello.
And me, Steve. What are you drinking tonight, John?
Cream soda.
Oh, I love some cream soda.
Mm-hmm.
Is it A&W?
Nope, it's Publix brand. It's Publix brand.
Oh, you went high class for your cream soda.
Hell yeah, it's like $1 for 500 cans.
As soon as 7-Eleven makes one, I'll let you know.
Oh,
Nice.
Because I have like a bat phone for 7-Eleven brand shit. And it'll
it's
ring.
like the red phone, like the mayor's office.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Rare, what do you have tonight?
I have a large Sprite from McDonald's. Very high class.
All right. Jason?
I have a 40 ounce of Bud Light.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You got to make up for the rest of us, because then I have a Diet Coke. So, wahoo! Light on the drinking tonight.
Why is it whenever I'm on the show we have lame drinks?
What are you talking about? My drink's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, yours is amazing. It'll make up for it, but Slurms always drinks like soda whenever I'm here.
He drinks soda every week.
that's true.
Yeah.
Designated driver, yo. Let's see. What
We
has
got the Multiplaying van parting around. Like I picture it as a white van with no windows, and we're all just bombing around.
And with duct tape, we wrote free candy on the side.
We have a card table.
That's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Slapping asses.
Awesome.
Let's see. What has everybody been playing the past couple weeks here? Let's start off with Rare. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good, man.
Awesome.
Well,
What have you been playing?
I've not been playing Rift. But,
Well, I know that because you're
yeah.
having some collegiate issues with your internet.
Yeah, that's okay though. I've been busy with Eve, still enjoying that. And then I beat R.U.S.E and Penny Arcades on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness Episode 1.
That's a great game. I beat that one.
It is awesome, and
Yeah.
I will get into it more later.
I'm going to be odd man out on that one because I've heard of it like repeatedly. I have never looked into it. I have no idea what kind of game that is. What is that?
Okay, my Steam review is basically it's an overly violent, really, really sexual innuendo Paper Mario, basically.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
really, really good.
Mhm.
For the price it is, it's probably a solid 7 hours of really, really fun entertainment, and I just really enjoyed it.
Oh, okay. Now, I think I'd heard on another podcast that they'd only done the one episode.
No, they did
There's two,
okay.
and then they wrote 3 because they decided not to make a game version of it, but that's on Penny Arcade's site, so they actually did finish the story itself.
Okay. But there was something with like the people that were making the game, they got tied up into doing another project.
They made
Death
Spank. Yeah.
Okay, that's right. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, awesome. That sounds actually like a lot of fun. I might have
Yeah.
to look into that.
It's a really great game, and you can get both episodes for I think $7 bundle. So definitely not a
geez.
bad deal. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not expensive at all.
But back to the one you had mentioned previously, R.U.S.E. You actually just beat the single player campaign, I take it?
Yeah, I
Okay.
beat the single player campaign, and I'd say the first half was pretty ridiculously easy, and then it just got really, really hard. So I enjoyed that because I like a good challenge. I lost multiple times, but it was really fun. It gets a lot of flack for being really cliched, which it is. Like the story's not very good, but the gameplay itself I find really entertaining, and that's why I bought R.U.S.E in the first place. So there you go.
After you figure out anybody's ruse, you always say, "I don't appreciate your ruse, ma'am." No.
I get clobbered in multiplayer, so I don't even have time to do that. I get owned pretty quick.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I just get.
You're not allowed to rent here anymore.
Who put gum in the locks? Did you play it online at all?
I do a little bit. I prefer playing. We don't anymore, and really should, Paz. We had a group of like 4 or 5 guys with tackle, so we all played and pissed each other off so much that we stopped playing. But when we did play, it was really fun. So we should try and get back into that. Online's okay, but it's a lot more fun when you're. It's kind of like playing Monopoly or Risk, where you're playing with your friends, but you just can't punch them because they're not sitting next to you.
Right.
Same concept.
Yeah, you can't like bet clothes like for each round of the game.
Exactly.
That's what I watch into the
I
bank.
was playing some strip ruse.
Strip ruse.
I like it.
I faked you out. I was going to take off my socks, but I'm taking off my pants.
No pants gaming.
This is the ruse. But Eve.
What
about Eve?
Nothing really too interesting. I know I talked about Incarna last time. I'm just hanging out, really enjoying my corp, and just playing Eve, shooting spaceships.
Awesome. Well, cool. Let's just move on to John. John, what have you been playing?
Magicka still, a little bit here and there. Killzone 3 I got.
Mm-hmm.
And liking that. I'm using it with the move because I got the got the I don't remember what it's called.
The sharpshooter attachment?
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that thing is awesome.
Is it? Oh, man.
Okay, my main question before you get... do you have to hold that thing up to your shoulder when you play?
No.
Okay.
No, I calibrate it so I hold it like at my hip.
Holds it like Scarface.
Like Scarface or Rambo, you know?
That's pretty sweet, because my main thought was I would get a neck cramp, like holding that up, yeah.
Who wants to be a real soldier?
Not me.
That was my concern too, because I saw it at the store when I went and picked up my copy, and I'm like, I was considering picking it up, but even somebody on Twitter asked me how I liked the attachment, because he assumed you had to have it for the game, and I said, well, I didn't get that. You don't have to. He's like, oh, okay, cool. It's good. It was a positive for him that he didn't have to get it. And like my thought, my comment to him was, I didn't want to have to hold something up for an hour of gameplay or however long. I wanted to be more relaxed. I mean, when I play console games, I want to sit there relaxed. And it's good to hear that you can manage to shoot without having to hold it up. So
yeah, and there's all kinds of other different calibration options and control scheme options and stuff like that when you use the gun. Like you can adjust the sensitivities, of course, and like the dead space in the screen where.
How does that work then? With how do you navigate your movement around the field while you aim?
It's basically when you move your crosshair towards a certain direction, your camera moves that direction. But you can adjust your sensitivity and the space buffer between aiming and moving. Like you can adjust all that for your personal, taste.
Jason, are you talking about the actual physical, like forward, backwards, side to side movement?
Yeah, like how do you whip around if you have to turn around real quick? How do you do that with that thing?
You just you just hold the gun or whatever, you aim the gun to the right of the screen and it just turns around, It's like, but again, you can adjust all the sensitivities based on your preferences. So, I don't know.
Like, are you asking like what you would do in place of the navigation control?
Yeah.
That attaches at the bottom of the gun, right, John?
Yeah, it attaches into the pump.
So that you hold that in your left hand and you move that? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So So what is the benefit of having the plastic shell there?
What do you mean?
Like overholding, because like I've been playing it as well, just like with not very much, granted, but
you mean
hand holding,
having the gun instead of the
instead of just sitting there with
holding
the
the
navigation
wand.
controller in left hand and the wand in the right and moving just your right hand around. Do you see a benefit of having that to hold the items for you?
Yeah, I mean it's very nice. I mean, and the fact that the entire gun is powered by the controller, and it's got electronic, button press. It's all digital basically. It's not like hooks and pulleys,
really?
and stuff like that. No, yeah, all of it is it's actually powered by the wand when you plug it in.
Okay.
And like a lot of those attachments are like you pull the trigger and that pulls a pulley which pulls the hook and has the thing, and
that's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah.
And there was a elf in there.
It's not like the Wii Zapper where you're putting the component, the navigator and the wand in it, and you're pressing basically those wand buttons. You are actually pressing buttons on the gun that aren't the actual buttons on the wand and the navigation controller.
Yeah, it's not like a pulley system. It's digitally powered by the wand, and it's programmed for that specific purpose. The other really nice thing is that it's very ambidextrous, because there's on the handle side of the gun, you have your trigger finger, of course, is there, and then your middle finger naturally rests right under the trigger, like the ring. You know what I'm talking about? The trigger guard, I guess you can call it. Right where your middle finger naturally rests is the grenade button.
Okay.
Right? And there's actually, luckily for me, a physical lock right on your thumb, the safety. The safety changes whether or not that grenade button will be pressed or not. So you can actually flip the safety down and you won't blow yourself up when you're facing a wall, for example.
Oh, nice.
Which I've done before when I didn't have the safety on. I was just like trying to turn around and I was like, bam, dead. I was like, whoops, safety was off. And then there's also for SOCOM, it has a full automatic, semi-automatic, and single shot options. There's like a little knob there right above the trigger that you can flip it with your thumb, so you can adjust how many rounds that you're actually firing.
Did you see that bundle that they were going to have for SOCOM?
I didn't check it out. No.
It comes with the game, that sharpshooter thing, and a move wand and a sub controller for like $150.
That's
which
pretty
is
cool.
a pretty good deal if you don't have any of that stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But
the other thing is too, like above the trigger, or you could move your index finger up, or even your thumb. Really, there's the other two buttons that the nav controller doesn't have: the circle X, triangle, and square, whatever it is.
Oh, it has those.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, no. I'm saying that the nav controller itself only has two of the four. Base buttons.
Yeah.
And then right at where your index finger goes is the other two.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Whatever two it is, I don't remember.
Right.
But it's the other two. And then you actually can pump the gun for reload, or you can actually slam you can actually slam the bottom of the clip, the fake clip. There's a button on there as well to reload your gun. So if you really want to feel like Rambo,
yeah. The pump for reload almost makes you want to just get on that principle alone, because that would be awesome.
Yeah, you literally just it's just like the shotgun pump. You just pump it and it reloads your gun. That's it.
Huh.
How much is that? $20? $20?
30, I think.
Yeah, I thought it was 30.
Was it 30? Okay.
But back to the game though. What have you played, the campaign or multiplayer primarily?
I've just been playing campaign, and it's because even with the sharpshooter, I'm pretty bad because it's still so foreign to me that the crosshair moves away from the center of the screen without moving the camera. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that the gun is set up and everything like that, which is just because I'm so used to mouse and keyboard. That's all. So I'm still adjusting settings and stuff like that, and I'm getting better and figuring out what my settings are like. And I also don't play it all the time. It's just kind of like once in a while,
right?
Because I've been playing Rift, which we'll talk about later. But anyway, it's I don't know, man. It's really fun. I really, really like it. It's a very cinematic game. Very, very awesome overall. I don't know. I think that I definitely wouldn't have bought it if it weren't for the sharpshooter coming out. But
really?
Yeah, because I can't play shooters with the controller.
Oh, not even just with the move, just handheld?
I mean, I guess I could have tried, but it's like I wouldn't have wanted to spend the $60 just to see.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, just the move alone, just the support for that alone was enough to make me want to do it, because it was, for me personally, the first motion-controlled game that was an actual good game anyways, like for something that I would consider playing anyways, but the move was what, I mean, I typically don't play shooters on consoles, but the move support was what really sold me on it. So I was kind of excited about it. I haven't got to play a whole lot, just because of time constraints and playing a lot of Rift, which again we'll get into later. But I played a little bit of the campaign so far. Personally, like it's a gorgeous game. The game is fucking amazing looking, but the dialogue is pretty much shit.
Yeah,
it's pretty
terrible.
bad.
But I kind of just look past that. But it's very, I mean, it's shit to the point where it's like, even though the game looks so amazing and it's so neat and interesting to play it with the move, I find myself kind of like bored in that world because it's just so kind of corny. But
yeah, you need to do what I do and just play multiplayer.
That's what I'm like. The next time I go back to play it, I'm pretty much just going to play multiplayer, because when I was playing the multiplayer beta before the game came out with the move support, I was digging the hell out of that. That's amazing.
Multiplayer. I've played maybe 15 minutes of campaign and probably about 4 hours of multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
And I have no desire to play the campaign. Multiplayer is fantastic in that game. And I've been playing with the move, and I've loved that. And comparing that to the mag, which you and I have both played, it's vastly superior.
It feels similar, but it feels so drilled down and like
much more refined.
Yeah, much more refined. It's just, they did a stupendous job, and I think a lot of it has to do with the pacing in the game, because Mag was a little bit more faster paced. In my opinion. So I mean, kind of like slowing it down a little bit. It's not a detriment to the gameplay at all, but it definitely helps the move support.
Definitely. When I was playing yesterday, I was probably playing for about an hour and a half period, and like halfway through I started to realize, I haven't really thought about these controls at all.
Yeah, I did all the time with Mag.
Yeah. And Mag, I was always like, okay, this is good, and at times it was flowing, and then I would always be reminded of the controls. And when I was playing yesterday and today, I didn't really think about the controls at all. I just played.
Exactly.
And the other thing about Killzone that I'm really enjoying is the class-specific things, like as an engineer laying a turret down, or my favorite thing so far is, have you guys played the medic class at all?
I did a bit in the beta, yeah.
Did you get that droid who follows you?
I didn't get to that level, no.
That thing is awesome. It's just this droid that you can, every life you get 3 of them.
Okay.
So if it gets shot down, you can deploy another one, which I have never during a life had to deploy all 3. You get this little droid that will spawn right over your shoulder and who will follow you, and he will auto-target things. So he will start shooting at any target that he picks up. So you could be like looking, trying to heal somebody, and you'll hear like bah, 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 and you'll turn around and he's like shooting at some guy coming up from behind or something like that.
Wow.
And I've gotten plenty of times where it said, like, it's giving me points and said bot kill. Like,
Jeez.
It's my droid killing somebody. Which, I mean, for that class, you're such a fragile class compared to the other ones, tactically, and it's really cool to have that. So every time I spawn, like, oh, my droid's going to come out, and that has made the medic class so much fun.
And plus, I like that idea, because as a medic, you should be going and looking to heal and revive teammates, and that's kind of like giving you the backup that you need.
Exactly. I feel
that's
more
awesome.
comfortable trying to get into the thick of things and helping people out with that little backup. I mean, like, he's not going to lay a ton of damage out to people, but part of it is more just me knowing that there's somebody there.
Yeah, then maybe
as soon
you
as
need
that
to get
thing
into
fires,
cover.
yep, I check my field, and they're like, today I was going up a ramp, I was healing people, and I heard bah, 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 and I turned around, and there was a guy walking in the room, and I took him down and then healed my guy.
Wow,
Like,
that's awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, so
sounds good.
Yep.
But yeah, I need to get some more time into that. But John, has there been anything else you've been playing?
No, man, not really.
All right.
Not that we're not going to talk about later.
You're excited about the next Magic installment, though, all right?
Oh yes, yeah. I didn't see too much about it, but when I saw the fact that they were making Magic of Vietnam, I was just like, what? That is hilarious. I am excited for that.
That is awesome.
But let's move on. Jason, what you been playing?
Well, as we've been talking about, if you've been following the podcast, you know my PS3 took a shit.
If you just tuned in.
But you also heard I've been playing Killzone. I got a new PS3.
Yay.
Yeah, which I'm so happy I finally got caught up, because in that space of time, Killzone 3, Little Big Planet 2, and Marvel vs. Capcom 3 all came out, which I had my fight stick for PS3, so it was killing me not to be able to play Marvel vs. Capcom. So I didn't want to buy it on 360 and play with a controller.
Right.
So I got that. I've been playing all 3 of those games. Talk about Killzone. Yeah.
Real quick. Marvel vs. Capcom.
I love it.
Do you? Okay.
It is awesome.
I don't like it.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't.
I don't like it.
You are a good tactical Street Fighter player, and I am not.
I don't even know if I'd say that, but I maybe it's because I've become more used to the pacing of Street Fighter. Man, to me, Marvel is a fucking mess.
It is a mess.
I don't remember it being so bad because I used to play Marvel 2 all the time.
I think you like having more of a game where you have more control, whereas with Marvel vs. Capcom 3, it's basically just chaos.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I agree with that, yeah.
But, okay, but you're back to your opinion on it, because mine is, there it is. But, okay, what's your usual team? Who do you use?
I usually use Deadpool, Dante, and Iron Man.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, which a lot of ranged. And, which I tend to find is what I do better. Or sometimes I alternate Spider-Man in there. Or Ryu.
Yeah, Spider-Man got pretty brutal in this one.
Yeah.
The fucking web, Jesus.
Yeah, but the most fun I've had playing this game has been actually against my son, who is 6 years old, and there's that normal and simple control.
Yeah.
And when he picks simple, and we've played for 2-3 hours at a stretch, and he puts up a good fight.
Wow.
And part of it goes down to the simplicity of that game, but to be able to sit there with my 6-year-old son and play a game to where he feels like he is actually doing really well, and I'm having to put up a fight, that is part of the fun in that game.
Yeah.
And I can see people who are really into fighting games are not going to dig that, and I haven't gone online with it at all. I've just been enjoying playing against him, and that's been awesome to actually be able to do a game like that with him and get him into who he's going to pick and have the different teams and everything. And he just cracks up at Deadpool, which he has been in a Deadpool since there was this Wolverine movie, Hulk movie that came out not too long ago where Deadpool was in it. And it's the guy who does Nathan Drake's voice.
Okay.
Yeah. Which he did the voice in that movie. So he recognized the voice, and he was quoting him the whole time. So it has been awesome. But I am gonna get back into Street Fighter, because I definitely understand it's way more tactical and fun if you know what you're doing.
It's more it's a chess match. It's totally different. It's in Marvel I have a hard time. It's easy to kind of remember each of the characters' moves because there's not a lot of really different types of move throws, except for if you pull out somebody like Taskmaster, can get kind of tricky.
Yeah.
But it's pretty simple to pick up any of the characters, but figuring out when to do what and having to be that fast at it. Since I'm playing with a stick, I don't know if that's part of my restriction, is that that game seems, and I'm sure people that play with a stick that are good will totally argue this point, but it seems more attuned to being able to play with a controller. Like picking up and playing that with a controller seems like it'd be just as easy as playing with a stick.
Yeah, I remember Brian Leahy wrote a review for X-Play or G4, and he said that same thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he said, because he was hardcore in the Street Fighter, and he loves this game, but he said this is you can play this probably just as well with a controller.
Yeah,
almost as well as you could with a stick.
Right.
It's just more a mayhem. I definitely think there is strategy to it. It's reading that mayhem.
Yeah.
And picking up and being able to know what to do, which I think is it's probably not as chess-like as Street Fighter, but there definitely is skill in that.
Oh yeah, the difference is like in Street Fighter, it is a stick and move kind of game versus Marvel vs. Capcom. It's a lot more offensive, and when you actually get in a hit, it's a matter of working the combos in and using the team setup that you have at a given situation, and doing it fast. It's very. I mean, it's a great game. That's the one thing I will say about it is I do keep going back and playing it like bits at a time because the fucking characters in that game. Oh my god,
They're
it's
awesome.
amazing. Just looking at the list and just seeing them all in one game. It's amazing. I typically go with from like first one, and I've never had him not in my team. Arthur.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
God, from Ghosts and Goblins. The fact that he is actually good, I was worried. But the fact that he is actually
like
good,
a Joe character.
yeah. But I was like, oh my god, it's so awesome that he is good. So I've never had him not in my team. But then everybody else, I kind of swap in and out.
Same thing with Beautiful Joe. You would expect him to be like a Joe character. He's really good.
He's really good, but you have to get in close with him for him to be really effective. And versus so many characters like the ones that you play, and especially dickheads that use Sentinel, it's very hard to combat like somebody with a lot of range skills.
Oh, you know what? That when I was playing my son, he, Deadpool, he always does the, shooting whatever. Like it's that same like shoot. And I try not to get mad at him because like, okay, man, you don't want to do that same move over and over. And I'm trying to tell him, but also I'm like thinking like, well, if I go online, like that's what people are gonna do. So I got to learn. It's like almost a nice training exercise to play against him because he's gonna spam those same things. And it was really funny because I was telling him you don't want to do that over and over, and he's sick, so he was like shooting, and I was Wolverine, who doesn't have like really any range.
Right.
So I was trying to inch up to him, and I was trying to jump and duck, and I was ducking, and all of a sudden he was shooting, and then he stopped, and I started to like walk towards him, and he shot again. He went, "I fooled you," and I'm like, "That's awesome!" Like he's totally getting it.
Oh,
and he at 6 he's learning how to like read people and figure that out. And I don't know, that was just a really cool like moment with my son playing video games where I was like, this is awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I dig it, but I don't know how much I'm gonna play it. But anyways, what else have you been playing?
I picked up Little Big Planet 2 trying to catch up with that. And that game is awesome.
It is amazing.
The campaign is just totally
it's
got great charm and awesome stuff. And I played some of the I really like how they break down the levels, the community levels, media molecule picks and different things like that.
Yeah, what they did with the online stuff to like filter that stuff out is fantastic. I really like what they did with that. I need to get back in and play some. I was kind of waiting. I got through all the way through the campaign, and then I figured, okay, I think I'll wait a little while because there's so many new tools for people. I kind of want to wait and let people build up,
catch up to it.
Yeah, and then go back in and check it out. So.
Yeah, Plants vs. Zombies. Go play that one. It is awesome.
Oh, okay, really?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
He built the music to where it's pitch perfect to the music from the real game, and he doesn't have all the weapons from the games, but for a community level, it is fantastic.
I wonder how many versions of Angry Birds there is.
I haven't tried that. Sadly, the first night I got it, I booted it up. I got the PS3, and I brought Shannon in. Like, there's so many cool community levels. Let me show you some of them. And I loaded up. I think it was a Street Fighter one. Which I played that. It was terrible.
It was bad. The one that was just like Ken and Ryu.
Yeah, and they're like stick figures who were like punching, and she just kind of looked at me like, this is good. I'm like, no, really, like people are doing amazing things, and
no, that one was shit.
Yeah, but that's a game like I'm not playing every day. I'm just like, I'm gonna go back and check what people are doing every once.
Yeah, but I say that one's shit, but there's no way that I could have made that.
Oh no, yeah. But
you suck at what you do.
Yeah.
But cool.
Yep.
Is that about all you've been playing?
Yep.
Sweet. Other than the stuff that everybody else was talking about, I've been playing. I did go back and play some Super Street Fighter 4 a couple nights ago. Just real quick, I usually don't mention it because I kind of try to play it all the time, but I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm glad that I actually had it, but I was playing online matches, the ranked matches, and for the first time ever, now that I'm actually ranked C+, I got my first 5-peat. I got a trophy for a 5 in a row wins.
Nice.
Are you playing still as Abel or
Cody?
not Cody? That's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I actually used to play as Abel, but I got to this wall that I just couldn't get any better with him. But yeah, I still dig Cody. I went back out and started trying to play as Dudley, mostly because of the mustache. But no, he's a lot of fun to play. But I can't grasp him like I can Cody, and I'm having a lot more luck with him. So, but yeah, I had a 5-peat, and I thought that was great. But
cool. As you get better, I want to know just my personal character. As you get better and proficient with that character, how is Blanca to fight?
Blanca can be a bitch.
That's usually who I play it as. I'm like probably 50-50 against people that play him. Like typically if they are higher ranked than me or similar ranked than me, like I said, I'm about 50-50 because if somebody plays him very defensively, I have a hard time with the reads. He can be so cheap like that.
Yeah, but if somebody actually comes at me with him, I typically don't have too much of a problem with him. But I think that's mostly like any character in that game anymore. It's like I'm getting to this point where if someone plays them pretty defensively, if they're either like really defensive or super offensive and actually know what they're doing, I don't know what the fuck to do. But if it's like I can just tell if they're on that same wavelength of, okay, I'm gonna kind of be defensive and then open up when I see an opportunity, like I do, I have a better shot. But yeah, I'm still enjoying the hell out of that. But past that, Killzone 3, like we said, Battlefield Bad Company 2. And the only reason I bring it up is because I'm playing it on my brand new computer. Woo.
You notice a big difference?
I notice a huge difference. Not so much in like, I think I was telling Dean, it doesn't look night and day better. Like I think it looked about the same as what I had in my last system, except for I'm running it like 4 times AA rather than 2. Mm-hmm. So the extra anti-aliasing really kind of crisps things up a little bit more, and that it looks even a little bit more gorgeous than it already did. But the frame rate, I've probably increased by like 15-20 frames at least, and that has made a huge difference. It is wow. It just looks so much better when it's running fluid.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, enjoying the PC in general. My wife had a crazy moment. And actually let me buy a computer because she needed one as well, and she found an awesome system online really at a good rate, so we bought 2. So
awesome.
And then in like a week, because my wife is super crazy, I don't know what's gotten into her lately because she's very tight with money, in about a week I'll actually be able to see Super Street Fighter 4 be played on my new 55-inch TV.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, pretty soon she's going to let you have sex with her.
I know. One of these days. Ever since we had the kids, it just stopped. But yeah. So yeah, this house is just booming with nice electronics right now. And then I'll lose my job or something.
Where you live at? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's life you work.
But that's pretty much all I've been playing. Other than, I think everybody in this room, well, we're all in separate rooms, we're not in the same room, but everybody in their separate rooms has been playing...
That's what you think.
Oh, hi, Rare. Has been playing Rift. But we're not going to talk about that here. We're actually going to talk about that on the other podcast that we're going to start right after this episode of Multiplaying. It's going to be Rift Happens, and I think we've mentioned it a couple times already. But go check out rifthappens.com. Not sure how fast the show will go up because I gotta figure out a lot of stuff with it as far as the how it's gonna be formatted and stuff. But just keep checking that site. We will post it, and we'll probably post something on Multiplaying once the first episode goes up. So if you want to listen to us talk about Rift, go there. But I think that's it. I mean, does anybody have anything else we want to talk about?
Just out of curiosity, and this doesn't have to be a part of Multiplaying, I'm just wondering, I'm reading this article where it says Dragon Age 2 already has DLC. Like, the game isn't even out.
and there's DLC for it.
Yeah, a
Be
lot of
surprised.
games do that. I mean, they'll say that they devoted a team separate to get that ready after the game goes gold. I mean, yeah, that's not a big thing.
Well, because they were the first. They were the ones that kind of like drew some ire when the first game came out. Like that day or the next day, they had that DLC come out.
Oh,
Well, and sometimes it's like if you get the collector's edition, you get it right off the bat. But
Yeah.
then if you
That's what this
don't,
one
then
is,
it
too.
comes later.
Do you know what?
Or-
I read today something that really seemed weird DLC wise. It might have been on Kotaku or it might have been Destructoid, where they were reviewing a PSP game that was a role playing game, where you had characters that you would come across, and they're like, "Oh, we're going to join your party," and they would join your party, and then you kind of would realize that you could not equip them or do anything, and you had to pay DLC to unlock them.
What?
And the company said like, oh yeah, it's common for DLC to come out, so we built it in the game to you have to pay so much online to
Damn.
unlock those characters. That came with the original game. It wasn't even like you downloaded them.
That's bullshit.
So like they're an integral part of the story. It's like, oh, but if you want to do anything with them whatsoever,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
go for the money.
Ridiculous.
Get all the way to the end, and like right before the end boss comes up. If you would like to fight this end boss, then pay us $5.99.
And the
Hi,
weird
I'm
thing was-
NBC ABC. I'm an integral part of the story. To talk to me about the story itself, please deposit $9.99.
If you want to know how the story ends, yeah. The weird thing was it was NIS, which doesn't seem like a type of company. The guys who did like Disgaea and different things like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that doesn't seem like that type of company who would do that. But
Wow. Times must be rough.
yeah,
No, because I was gonna say the one similarity to the Dragon Age thing was actually Marvel vs. Capcom, because if you pre-ordered the game, you get a code or whatever that you can use to get Shumagorath and Jill as downloadable characters, which are going to be paid DLC later.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Same
Did
thing.
you
Kinda
have to pay
happened
more
with
for that?
Killzone.
What's that? Yeah, well, the collector's edition came with some other shit too, but it was like $10 more than the regular game. It
Well,
was
like, if you got the normal version, would you get the code for those, or did you
No.
have to get the collector's edition? Okay,
no,
so you're paying.
no, I apologize. I didn't mean to say pre-order. I meant to say buy the collector's edition. You had to buy the
Okay.
collector's edition to get those two. If you didn't, like, I just bought the regular version because I was lightly interested in Shumagorath, but
So with your Killzone, did you get the code for the retro map hack?
I don't know. I got a code for something and I haven't entered it, but I thought it was for the SOCOM thing.
Oh yeah, I got
the beta.
that too.
I don't know if I got anything else. I'll have to check. I threw the receipt in the case with it, but I literally played like the night that I got the game. I played, and then I haven't played it since. I
need to play.
I need more time. I want to
Wait.
play some multiplayer.
Check your receipt, because
Yeah.
for pre-order people, you got a map pack that is $5 downloadable right now.
You pre-ordered at GameStop, right?
No, I didn't.
Oh, really? Okay.
No, I'm
I
an
wondered
idiot.
Wonder if
No,
I wonder
but-
if I did get it.
The guy in front of me had pre-ordered. I just went Tuesday. I'm like, oh, I want to get Killzone, and the guy in front of me, he said, oh, check your receipt because you have the code. And
Yeah, let's check that.
I had to end up buying the map code. I paid $5 because I've been playing a ton of multiplayer, and I want to make sure I was in all maps I could. So yeah, you should have it.
All right, cool.
Well, gentlemen, no point in hanging around this dump any longer.
Wait! Where are you going? I was gonna make espresso.
Show's over, folks.
You can't go! All the plants are gonna die! Take off, eh?
Thanks for listening to Multiplaying, the companion podcast at multiplaying.net. Questions, comments, feedback, errors, etc. can be sent to multiplaying@gmail.com. We invite you to write a review on iTunes and visit our website at www.multiplaying.net.
We've made a lot of friends, shared a lot of laughs, often at the expense of others.
I think some people are going to be upset.
Let me just close this conversation by saying you are one unique individual.
Thank you and good night.
God, that was disgusting.
Was that okay?
That was great.
Shannon just yelled, "Are you okay?" And now she yelled, "Shut up," because Empire's coming out.
Oh, nice.
No, I think the first thing was Yeah, okay, no, it's all been shut up. Okay, I just heard.
Shut up!